Have you ever felt like someone around you isn't being honest? Maybe their words sound nice, but something feels off. It's like they're wearing a mask, pretending to be someone they're not. It's not always easy to spot, but fake people can create stress, doubt, and confusion in your life. If you've ever wondered how to figure out who's being real and who isn't, this video is for you. Today, we're talking about 7 clear signs that someone might be fake. These aren't just random red flags. They're patterns of behavior that you can observe in people around you. And here's the twist. We'll be looking at this through the lens of Stoic philosophy. Stoicism is all about seeing things clearly and staying in control of your emotions. Instead of reacting impulsively, the Stoics teach us to calmly assess situations and act based on reason. This way, you can protect your peace of mind and focus on what truly matters. So, why does this topic matter? Because fake people waste your energy, distract you from your goals, and make it harder to build meaningful relationships. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to watch for and how to deal with these situations like a true Stoic. Stay tuned as we explore these 7 signs of fake behavior and learn how to handle them with wisdom and confidence. Let's get started. Sign number 1. Excessive flattery. Have you ever met someone who seems to praise you nonstop? They compliment everything. Your clothes, your work, your personality, even when it doesn't seem necessary. This is called excessive flattery, and it's often a sign that someone isn't being genuine with you. While everyone appreciates kind words, too much of it can feel fake, like the person is trying too hard to win you over. Fake people use flattery as a tool. They want you to feel good about yourself so they can gain your trust or get something from you later. This could be a favor, support, or even just your attention. But their compliments aren't always sincere. They're more about what they can get from you than how they truly feel about you. The Stoics have wisdom that can help us here. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, reminds us not to get carried away by either praise or criticism. He teaches that we should stay grounded and not let others' opinions control how we see ourselves. If someone is over the top with their praise, take a step back and ask yourself, are their words aligning with their actions? For example, imagine a coworker who constantly tells you how amazing your ideas are but never supports you in meetings or takes credit for your suggestions. Their flattery might seem nice at first, but over time, their true intentions become clear. They're not being genuine. So, how do you deal with excessive flattery? First, don't let it cloud your judgment. Acknowledge the compliment but stay neutral. You don't need to dismiss it, but don't let it influence how you think or act either. Second, pay attention to patterns. Are they always flattering you but never offering real support or honesty? If so, this might be a sign they're being fake. Lastly, stay true to yourself. The Stoics believed in focusing on what you can control, and that includes your own character. Whether someone is genuine or not, your response should come from a place of wisdom and self-respect. Don't let flattery distract you from what truly matters: your peace of mind and authentic relationships. Excessive flattery might feel good in the moment, but it's important to see through it and protect yourself from hidden motives. Sign number 2. Inconsistent behavior. One of the clearest signs someone might be fake is inconsistent behavior. These are the people who act one way with you and completely different with others. They might be warm and friendly in private but cold or distant when other people are around. This inconsistency often reveals that their true feelings or intentions don't align with how they're behaving. Imagine a friend who is supportive and caring when it's just the two of you but ignores you or talks over you in a group setting. Or think about a colleague who compliments your work one day but throws you under the bus the next. These shifting attitudes can leave you feeling confused and questioning the relationship. From a Stoic perspective, Marcus Aurelius teaches us to observe people's actions carefully, not just their words. The Stoics believed that actions reveal a person's true character. Someone who behaves inconsistently is showing you that they may not be trustworthy. Their behavior is driven by external factors, who is watching what they want to gain, rather than genuine feelings. So, how do you handle this? The first step is to pay attention. Instead of reacting emotionally, observe their behavior calmly. Do they treat others differently from how they treat you? Do their actions contradict their words? Once you notice these patterns, you'll have clarity about their intentions. Next, remember not to take it personally. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our own actions and emotions. You cannot control how someone else behaves, but you can choose how to respond. If their inconsistency bothers you or harms your peace of mind, it may be time to distance yourself. Lastly, prioritize relationships that are stable and authentic. True friends and trustworthy people act consistently, no matter the situation. They are the same person whether you're alone with them or in a crowd. These are the people worth keeping close. By staying calm, observing without judgment, and making thoughtful decisions, you'll protect your peace and avoid being misled by fake people. Stoic wisdom helps us see through the surface and focus on what truly matters: honesty, reliability, and integrity. Sign number 3, avoiding accountability. One of the biggest signs that someone is being fake with you is their inability to take responsibility for their actions. A fake person will often dodge blame, shift responsibility to others, or come up with endless excuses when things go wrong. They never own up to their mistakes because doing so would require honesty, and honesty isn't their strong suit. Imagine working on a team project where one person constantly misses deadlines. When asked about it, they blame everyone else. The tools weren't good enough, someone didn't give them clear instructions, or the timing was impossible. They always have a reason why it's not their fault. Over time, you start to notice a pattern. They never admit they could have done better or take steps to improve. This kind of behavior doesn't just show a lack of integrity. It also reveals their unwillingness to grow. The Stoic philosopher Seneca taught that accepting responsibility is key to building character. If someone can't admit their mistakes, how can they ever learn from them? Fake people avoid accountability because they care more about protecting their image than being truthful or reliable. Another example might be in personal relationships. Say a friend constantly cancels plans at the last minute. Instead of simply apologizing, they make up stories to justify their actions. "I've been so busy," or "something urgent came up," becomes their go-to excuse. While emergencies happen, repeated behavior like this often points to someone who isn't being genuine about their priorities, or about how much they value your time. So, how do you handle people who avoid accountability? First, recognize the pattern. Notice how often they blame others or make excuses. Second, set boundaries. Don't let their inability to take responsibility drag you into unnecessary stress or guilt. Finally, take the Stoic approach. Focus on what you can control: your reaction, your choices, and your actions. You can't force someone to change, but you can protect your peace of mind by not getting too invested in their behavior. In life, genuine people admit when they're wrong. They see mistakes as opportunities to grow. Fake people, on the other hand, will do everything to avoid accountability. Spot this sign, and you'll know who's real and who isn't. Sign number 4. Gossiping about others. Have you ever noticed someone who constantly talks negatively about other people? They always have something bad to say about someone else. Whether it's a friend, coworker, or even a stranger, this is one of the clearest signs that a person might be fake. Why? Because if they're comfortable gossiping about others, there's a good chance they're also gossiping about you when you're not around. Fake people often use gossip to appear interesting or to create drama. They might do this to gain attention or to feel superior to others. At first, it might seem harmless or even entertaining, but over time, it reveals a lack of honesty and integrity. Instead of building others up, they tear people down, showing their true colors. The Stoics have a lot to say about this kind of behavior. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, warned against engaging in idle chatter. He believed that wasting time on gossip distracts us from what truly matters: our own growth and peace of mind. Stoicism teaches us to focus on things we can control, like our actions and thoughts, rather than meddling in other people's lives. Think about this. If someone spends their energy gossiping, what does that say about them? It shows that they're not focused on improving themselves. Instead, they're more concerned with pointing out flaws in others. Genuine people don't feel the need to gossip because they're too busy working on their own goals and values. So, how do you deal with a gossip? The first step is not to join in. When someone starts talking negatively about others, stay neutral or change the topic. This sends a clear message that you're not interested in participating. Also, pay attention to how often this person gossips. If it's a frequent habit, it's a sign that they may not be trustworthy. Instead, surround yourself with people who uplift others. These are the people who focus on solutions, not problems. Remember, as the Stoics teach us, your peace of mind is more important than someone else's drama. Stay grounded, stay focused, and don't let gossip drag you down. In the end, actions speak louder than words. If someone's words are constantly negative, let that be a red flag. Choose to rise above it and live with integrity. Sign number 5. Overpromising and underdelivering. One of the most common signs that someone is being fake with you is when they constantly overpromise but never follow through. You know the type. They say all the right things, make big plans, and tell you how they're going to help you, support you, or do something for you. But when it's time to deliver, they're nowhere to be found, or they come up with excuses. This kind of behavior is a classic sign of someone who is more interested in impressing you than actually being reliable. The Stoics teach us the importance of being truthful and consistent in our actions. Marcus Aurelius, for example, reminds us to focus on what we can control and to live with integrity. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that what you do is far more important than what you say. Anyone can talk about what they're going to do, but only those with true character actually make it happen. A person who constantly overpromises and underdelivers is someone who isn't aligned with their words and actions, which is the complete opposite of Stoic wisdom. Think about a situation where someone might promise you they will help you with something, whether it's with a project, a personal goal, or something simple like meeting up. They tell you they'll be there, that they'll show up for you, and that you can count on them. But when the time comes, they either cancel last minute or come up with some reason why they can't help. They may even try to make you feel bad for expecting them to keep their word. This is a red flag. For the Stoics, it's not just about keeping promises, it's about being reliable and responsible. When you make a commitment, you follow through. If you can't, it's better to be honest up front. Fake people, on the other hand, like to say what sounds good in the moment, but they don't follow through because they don't have true commitment to their word or to you. What can you do when you see this behavior? First, don't get frustrated. Instead, recognize it for what it is, an attempt to manipulate or create an image that isn't real. Set boundaries and don't let these empty promises affect your peace. Keep your standards high, and remember that actions speak louder than words. Stay focused on the people who show up for you, who are consistent, and who prove their worth with their actions, not just their words. Sign number 6. Always seeking personal gain. One of the clearest signs that someone is being fake with you is when they only reach out when they need something. This person might act friendly, but their true intentions become obvious when you notice they never contact you unless they have an agenda. Whether it's asking for a favor, help with something, or borrowing money, they rarely show up when you're the one who needs support. In Stoic philosophy, true relationships are based on mutual respect and understanding, not just personal gain. As Seneca, the Roman Stoic philosopher, once said, "Friendship is not about expecting something in return, but about sharing common values and supporting each other." Fake people, however, are only interested in what they can get from you. They don't care about your well-being or your life unless it serves their purpose. When they do come around, it's always with some kind of request, whether big or small. Think about a person in your life who only seems to appear when they need something. Maybe they suddenly reach out when they want a favor or when they need advice. But when you need something from them, they're nowhere to be found. This type of behavior is a clear sign that their interest in you is shallow, and they're likely not someone who values you for who you are. They see you as a resource, not as a friend or true companion. The Stoics encourage us to avoid relationships based on selfishness and manipulation. True friendship and connection come from shared values, trust, and understanding, not from what someone can offer you in return. If someone's behavior always revolves around what they can get from you, it's important to recognize this and set boundaries. You deserve relationships where both people give and receive equally. When you notice that someone is only reaching out to benefit themselves, try to distance yourself from that kind of energy. Focus on building authentic relationships with people who care about your well-being, not just their own interests. As the Stoics would say, focus on your own actions and choose to surround yourself with those who bring out the best in you, not those who only show up when it suits them. Sign number 7. Lack of genuine interest. One of the clearest signs that someone is being fake with you is when they don't show any real interest in your life. You'll notice that they only care about talking about themselves and rarely ask about how you're doing or what's going on in your life. They might pretend to be interested, but their actions speak louder than their words. If you're always the one asking the questions or starting the conversation, while they never reciprocate, it's a red flag. The Stoics remind us that true friendships are based on mutual respect and understanding. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, talks about how we should strive for self-awareness and genuine connections with others. Fake people, however, lack this self-awareness and tend to focus only on what benefits them. They might talk about their achievements, their problems, or their feelings, but when it's your turn to speak, they seem distracted, uninterested, or change the subject quickly. Imagine you're talking to a friend about something important to you, maybe a challenge you're facing or an exciting event in your life, but they cut you off and start talking about themselves. Or they might not ask any questions to dive deeper into your experience. It feels like they're not really listening, just waiting for their chance to talk again. This lack of curiosity about your life shows they don't value the relationship for what it is. They're only there to get something out of it for themselves. The Stoics would advise us not to waste our time trying to force a connection with someone who isn't genuinely interested in us. Instead, they encourage us to surround ourselves with people who value us for who we are and who are willing to invest time and effort into understanding us. Relationships are meant to be a two-way street, where both people give and take in a balanced, meaningful way. When that balance is missing, it's a sign that the person might not be real with you. So, when you notice that someone is always focused on themselves and never really asks about you or your life, it's important to recognize it for what it is. Fake people might give you their time when it's convenient, but they won't offer the kind of authentic connection that helps you grow. Stay mindful of this and focus your energy on those who genuinely care and are present in your life. As we wrap up today's video, let's quickly go over the 7 signs that someone might be being fake with you. First, if someone is constantly flattering you, but it feels over the top or insincere, that could be a red flag. Second, when someone's behavior changes based on who they're around, it shows a lack of authenticity. Third, if a person avoids taking responsibility for their mistakes, it's often a sign they aren't being honest. Fourth, if they're always gossiping about others, chances are they'll talk about you too when you're not around. Fifth, when people overpromise but underdeliver, it's a clear sign that they may not value your time or trust. Sixth, if someone only reaches out to you when they need something, their intentions may not be genuine. And lastly, if a person shows little interest in your life or well-being, they might only be interested in what they can get from you. It's important to remember that these signs aren't just about spotting fake people. They're about understanding what true, authentic relationships should look like. Stoic philosophy teaches us to stay focused on what we can control: our own actions, our reactions, and our peace of mind. If you can spot these signs early, you'll be able to avoid getting caught up in relationships that drain you or hurt you. So, what should you do next? Pay attention to how people act, not just what they say. Surround yourself with those who genuinely care about you and share your values. If someone is being fake, don't be afraid to set boundaries or walk away. It's better to have a few real friends than many fake ones. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear these insights. And don't forget to comment below with your thoughts. What signs of fake behavior have you noticed in others? I'd love to hear your experiences. Thanks for watching and take care.